Hey everybody, this is HD. Welcome back. It's time for an HD broadcast, and we're back to casting exhibition games. I know you guys have been waiting patiently after the conclusion of the HD World Tournament, which I just want to thank all the sponsors and all the viewers out there. IGN and Justin TV, mad thanks to you guys for making that happen. I'm going to set myself to busy right now because you guys all know that I just got on Battle.net and I always get a big flooding spam of PMs and messages, the most random things you'd ever imagine, and you know it's not a very good experience for the viewer, depending on your viewpoint, I guess. But yeah, we're back to casting exhibition games, and I have a pretty good one right here. This is going to be between Nerchio, who I'm not too familiar with. Apparently a new player coming up on the scene. This is from the ESL, and it was a best of 3, but I'm only going to be casting this single game, which was the last game in the series. And his opponent is going to be the little one. So it's going to be a Terran versus Zerg, and this is just going to be a one quick game I'll be casting, and I'll be doing a couple of other exhibition games as well for today. Now, before things really get heated up, I also want to say that I went to UC Davis, which, as most of you guys know, I do live out in California. I went to UC Davis, and I met Spinishua a couple of days ago, and I will be casting some replays of Spinishua, who, as I understand it, has become wildly popular in the Starcraft 2 scene. Hold that thought, though. The little one here is going to be opening up with a double proxy barracks. Wow. The little one always up to his good old tricks. He always has an ace up his sleeve, and this time he's got pocket aces up his sleeve. He's going to be going for a double proxy barracks right outside of Nerchio's natural expansion. And of course, being that this is Metalopolis, this is not a location that most players typically check, and even if the Zerg checks his Zelnaga watchtowers, these barracks are so intelligently placed that they're just right outside the range. I believe they're outside the range of the Zelnaga watchtowers. So nice little play right here by TLO, but Nerchio's going to get in here with his drone, and he's going to say, aha, something fishy is going on here, and things are not adding up. 2 plus 2 here is not equaling 4. And there's something very strange going on. So Nerchio now knows that something weird is happening, and so he's sending out 2 drones here, and immediately he's going to see the 2 barracks, but it may be too late here as TLO's already got 3 SCVs, quickly getting repair on one of those, and I think we're going to be seeing a quick bunker-style rush with Marines and SCVs. And Nerchio's just going to have drones to defend against this. Look, he's pulling all his drones off the line right now, and he really doesn't have any Zerglings yet. He's not going to have Zerglings for a good 30 seconds, and TLO's window to attack is now. Let's see how much damage he can do. He's going to wait for more Marines to come out because there's such a big army of drones coming to attack his Marines. Nice control by Nerchio, even better control by TLO as he keeps his Marines away from the drones. Losing a couple though, and he's doing the quick merry-go-round here. Really nice micro by both these players. And the little one looks like he's gonna lose most of his Marines here. But a couple more Marines popping out. Workers killed now showing TLO has 3 workers killed. But of course, remember, TLO is in danger of losing his own SCVs as he's got 3 out here, just not mining and only attacking. And it looks like TLO will have to fall back as now there are 6 Zerglings out. And those 6 Zerglings are probably gonna be the end of that attack. Although there's still more Marines being made, so we might have micro on 2 different fronts here. TLO is trying to scramble this one Marine back home, but that guy is going to get picked off as he's just not fast enough. And back over at the proxy barracks, still Marines pumping out. Nerchio wisely keeping Zerglings on production. He has 4 Zerglings on the way, and he's going to immediately, I believe, rally them into the Terran barracks. And at the same time, he's worked his way into the main of TLO with 6 Zerglings, is going to be able to wreak some havoc here, and he is going to get a couple SCVs. TLO quickly with the surround, though, easily dispatching those Zerglings apart. And with that, though, I think Nerchio was able to even out the game just a little bit because he did get 3 SCVs. So he is looking pretty good right now. He is still trying to deal with these 2 barracks here, and the thing here for a Zerg player is you have to attack these barracks constantly. You can't allow TLO to build up a big enough ball of Marines where it just becomes too difficult to deal with. So I like what Nerchio's doing. Is constantly sending wave after wave of Zerglings into these proxy barracks here. TLO scrambling to keep those Marines away, but even with the scoot and shoot, very difficult to deal with Zerglings. It looks like TLO is still not giving up, though. He's still making Marines, guys. And back at the main, he is now going to throw down a command center, which does serve 2 purposes. It blocks off your ramp, and it allows him to transition into a mid-game, seeing as how Nerchio does have a natural expansion down. And I think TLO's proxy barracks here may end up being aborted. I don't think TLO can continue making these Marines. It's just too many Zerglings to deal with now. And yes, TLO has decided to lift off his barracks, and he's actually gonna send one of these barracks into the Zerg's main here. I don't think he's gonna try to land it down. I think he's just gonna use it as a scout, because keep in mind, this entire game he hasn't scouted Nerchio at all. He doesn't know what Nerchio is doing. He has no idea. So I think he's going to send that barracks in there just to scout. Meanwhile, 2 Zerglings also going to get a little bit of a sight on the command center. And they end up picking off the SCV as well. Wow. So the command center gets a little bit delayed. Not too much of a loss though for TLO. And if we pull up that workers kill tab once again, both players pretty much dead even. Income tab showing Nerchio is ahead, guys. He's ahead by about 7, 8, 9 harvesters now. So he does have a bit of a lead as he's grabbing his 3rd expansion. Wow, he's gonna have quite a bit of economy here, and unfortunately for TLO, his barracks is going to be pushed away. Queens of I guess are powerful enough to kill off a barracks after attacking it for that long, and the barracks will burn in the air, and it's gonna eventually die at 80 HP now, at 60 HP, and unfortunately for TLO, he never really saw the 3rd expansion. So TLO probably right now is thinking, oh, the Zerg is only on 2 bases, he doesn't have 3, but little does he know that Nerchio really has a lot of drones and he has a lot of economy. And I think TLO could be in a little bit of trouble, guys. He's gonna have to figure out a strategy here, and it looks like he's gonna go with Hellions along with concussive shells from Marauders. So perhaps Marauders and Hellions is the strategy here, anticipating the Roaches, which is actually really, really smart. Good prediction by TLO, because in fact, Nerchio is going to be going for Roaches here, guys. And we'll see how that plays out in TLO's favor or in Nerchio's favor. Nerchio right now is about to get the speed, and there it goes, just kicking in. The Zergling's getting a little bit of boost of NOS, and now they're going to be able to run around the map with double the speed they had before. And presumably, I think Nerchio is thinking about making an attack here right into the economy line. Let's see if this works out for Nerchio. At the same time, TLO gearing up for an attack of his own. And here comes Nerchio warding the SCVs away. All the SCVs forced to fall back. The tech lab here in danger of going down. And that is the stim pack upgrade. If this goes down, this is going to be huge. And the stim pack upgrade goes down. It was about 20 seconds from finishing, and now TLO's timing attack is going to be thwarted. Meanwhile, he's still got to deal with the Zergling threat at home, and these Zerglings have been allowed to get inside the main, killing off several SCVs. Well, not too many, just about 2. So TLO luckily did have some forces at home to deal with those Zerglings, but he ended up losing some of his I guess you could say hidden ability, because he allowed his double factories to be scouted. On top of that, he lost his stim pack upgrade, so things are not going too good for the little one in this game, who now has to make an attack happen with his Hellions, and it looks like he's gearing up to do that, but immediately runs into a defensive wall of Roaches, and those Roaches are going to pretty much be the end of those Hellions. Those Hellions will have to run back. Thankfully for Nerchio, he's also throwing up buildings really nicely. Note, this prevents Hellions from just skirting right on by and getting into the main of the Zerg. Just the great building placement forces the Hellions to kind of make a loop-de-loop. And on top of that, Nerchio's got a great defense at his 3rd. He's got Roaches, Speedlings, and even a precautionary Spine Crawler. So the little one here, I think, has to make an attack happen. He's really behind in Harvester count. He has to kill off drones. He does have a lot of Hellions. Unfortunately, they do not have Blue Flame, but I would argue it's not necessary against this large number of Roaches. TLO right now actually needs more Marauders, and here we go. The little one needs to focus his Zerglings down with his Hellions if he wants to survive this attack, and the Marauders are actually getting surrounded by the Zerglings here, and a lot of the Marauders getting picked off, and without decent Marauder support and without Stim Pack, these Marauders are going to get chased down by the Roaches. And TLO, wow, losing that Stim Pack upgrade. You guys can see how costly that was. He still doesn't have Stim. He's trying to get it back up right now, but you guys now realize that losing that early upgrade, it's just disastrous for a Terran player. And TLO right now is trying to fall back into siege tanks. It may be a little too late though. I don't know if he has siege upgrade yet. No, he doesn't. so he still doesn't really have anything to really deal with these roaches, and his third command center here could potentially go down. It is morphing into an orbital command. Lift it off, TLO, if you want to save it. I don't even know if he cares anymore. TLO's gonna GG out of here as a Zergling stream on in, and that is a pretty convincing victory by Nerchio, but at the same time, the little one, showing his creativeness, almost got away with that double barracks at the middle. Very, very close, but unfortunately things didn't pan out as expected. So this was a game in the ESL. This was the third game, so I'm sorry if I spoiled this for you guys. If you guys wanted to see the whole series, I felt like this was the most interesting one, so I thought I'd go ahead and cast this, and I will have more exhibition games coming out today. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I did meet Spinishua, great guy. I was talking about that at the beginning of this video. I will be casting a ton of replays by Spinishua. He's an awesome dude. And I may actually be going to MLG this coming weekend. So if you guys are out there and are going to MLG, I might see you guys there. And I believe it is in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. So I'll see you guys there if you guys are going to be there. And if not, then I'll see you guys on YouTube. And keep staying tuned, guys. I'll have more replays coming out today. HD, signing out.